I booked 3 life coaches on Fiverr to see which is better, going from $5 all the way up to $500. In case you're Chilean and you're wondering, what is that in pesos? I don't know, it's probably 3 trillion pesos because of your hyperinflation. And I know a person who needs a life coach more than anyone else on earth, and that is my friend Mislav Balabragic of Friendly Geordie's podcast fame. If you have ever watched that podcast and thought, how is this man not homeless? That's a mystery that affects us all. So we booked him his first coach. His name is Stan D. Whoa, look at those power fingers. This is a guy that knows what he's doing, especially when you look at him from this angle here. He does look like one of those guys who's advertising a Microsoft side product, and that's just a candid shot of him. I set Mislav up on Zoom because he's also tech illiterate. His only skill is what he's doing right now, sitting down. Then I left him to do the session and came back after to see how it went.
So tell me about it.
It was swell.
Well, that was a good use of money.
Hope it wasn't the 500.
Thank you so much for that one. You hope it wasn't the 500. I'd like to know, did he talk at all during that? Or because I did hear the occasional mumble, but this is all I heard from the other room. This.
Tell me.
10 minutes would elapse.
Yeah.
It's like he was there in the room. So basically he was just like, you know, it was like coaching is...
The coach is supposed to do is ask you good questions. Good, thought-provoking questions that facilitate you coming up with your own solutions and ideas that will serve you best.
And he was saying, what do you want to improve on? And I was just like, yeah, it works pretty good actually, you know, in terms of where we are, what we got going, it's pretty good. So it was like relationships... man, I think I was doing his head in because I was just doing the whole like George Costanza, like, yeah, it's all, you know, like very vague. I was like, what does it mean in your life? That's basically what I was saying. But then, what I got from it was he was like, okay, he was a really nice guy too, and also his name was Stanislav. So he's basically my cousin.
Wow.
So we're basically cousins. Like, yes, we are.
Yeah.
I think it was more of an introduction level to that kind of thing where it's like, there's some f***ed up shit up here. I need advanced. But nevertheless, you know, there was some, he said like,
imagine you're watching a movie.
It was like the perfect movie. I was like, how do we move towards that? Which was kind of cool.
Good tip.
The 2 main ones was he was like, what could you do for music? And I was like, with a big dash of basically chuck my laptop out the window and try to, I mean, at some point in the thing I did say, hey, I think just Dexies would solve all this. But nevertheless...
And I'm guessing he had said, and how do we move you to these Dexies?
I don't think he ignored me. But...
That's great. So halfway through, he realized, I'm dealing with an idiot.
It was just, to be honest, he was a lot of like, and what do you think? And I'm like, what am I paying you here for? I'm not here to hear my own thoughts.
That's a coach.
Really?
And that's what a coach does. They kind of just dig things out of that,
I don't know.
let's be honest, trash can of a mind.
I don't know if it's for me.
You know why?
I think I need someone that's sitting there being like, this is what you're about. This is what you need. Now go. And I'm like, yes, sir. That's what I need. But basically, yeah. And they said, what would make you happy? And I'm like, you know what would be cool to do 5 hours a day or a night for 3 times a week. So 15 hours, just specifically time. Can't be on the any distractions working on music. I was like, you should try that as an experiment. I was like, oh, I actually like that word experiment because it's like makes it fun and novel. It's like, ooh, it's an experiment. So I was like, I'll do that. And then I was just like, I want to... hot wife. And then he was like, how do you do that? And I was just like, I don't know, swipe right more. And he was like, well, how else? And it was like, you could go out. And I was like, you got a doc, I'll go to the pub. And then he was kind of like, yes, the pub could be good.
Yeah, that's true. But the other thing he doesn't realize about you, because he only saw you from the top up, is you pretty much are a paraplegic man. It's very hard to get you to move anywhere.
Well, that's where I was kind of just like, what I'm hearing here, Doc, is you want me to start shelving more Dexies. Is that right? Right in the ass? Like, I don't know. I think this kind of...
That's what you took from it.
The main takeaway I got was I need...
more Dexies.
No, this is the main takeaway I got. I'm glad I called up that... psychiatrist and locked in that meeting for the Dexies. That was the big takeaway.
Right, yes. Yeah. Because you couldn't pay attention to someone who was talking about your life for even an hour. That is incredible. That is you practically admitting that even when you have a guide guiding you in your head to think about your life, you're sitting there the whole time being like, this is awfully boring. I mean, he's talking about music a lot, but nowhere near enough.
Yes. I definitely enjoyed it. I think really the problem here is my inability to think and without drugs, and I can't watch a screen unless it's like, hey, it's Andy from Guitar Shop, Pro Guitar Shop here. Today we're reviewing the Deluxe Fuzz from Fuzzmaster General. So it's like, unless it's that, it's like really hard for me to concentrate. So it's not a blight on this gentleman at all. I think that the issue here is purely chemical, and maybe it'll be good because it'll teach me that I'm way more fucked up than I thought.
I think we're getting some good data out of it.
Yeah,
at the very least.
I think the data could be like, you're way more fucked up than you think you are.
No, this is incredible because at the end of this, you will have sat down with a $500 an hour life coach. And if they cannot sort your life out,
oh my God. I
think you are one of the rare examples that I'm always pretty much saying is a unicorn myth, which is, you need to be drugged up, buddy. If they can't help, no one can.
Well, I think that we can all determine that one was a huge success. In terms of the Zoom technology, the rest of it was pretty underwhelming. Let's see if the next one can help you out any better. Her name is Lizzy. As you can see, the photography is even more professional than the last one. Wow, I wonder which is going to be the $5 one, eh?
Now, what happened?
Talked to a lovely lady for like, I think 2 hours. I was doing a rap. Well, met a really nice lady from South Africa. She's got a nice house and a nice car. She gave me no advice but had some good little chats. I found out that Africa's a very dangerous place. Learned a little bit about Afrikaans. Don't you know that's the indigenous language? What?
I don't think it is. We can let you off because you're very sick at the moment.
No, you can ask for more stuff if you want.
No, that's fine.
Did I cover it in my rap or not? I don't know.
I think so. So no advice at all.
I said,
I think I've got ADHD.
She said,
that's a difficult one.
I know it is.
Get a hobby.
And I said, I like bike riding, but I can't because of my knee. And then she did say this.
Is that advice? I guess it is advice.
She did say this. She said some, and like honestly, put it this way, it was the most, out of the 2 conversations I've had, it was the funnest and most relaxed. So it was like, I'd give her 5 stars, 100%, 5 stars. She was like, this is a thing I made, and it's called a
teacher blanket.
And she was like, I made it for people that have ADHD, and it's like a blanket with like bells on it and stuff. You can be like, ting-a-ling, and I'm like,
a baby blanket.
Yeah. And then I was like,
I need a whole wall of it, so I can just go all over the wall.
And she was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. And then she was like, maybe I'll send you one. I'm like, yeah, you do that. That'd be sick. And she told me a little bit about African barbecue.
Biltong is a big thing that everybody talks about. Also, braaivleis.
Oh my God. Braaivleis.
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes, that helps.
Sounds yummy.
All of it helps.
Yeah.
A empty promise followed by maybe you should do something that if you could do it would immediately disprove that you have ADHD, as it would require a lot of effort.
Exactly. It's a little tidbit. Johannesburg has regular power outages.
Yeah.
So the internet cut out pretty consistently.
Sorry, it just cut out a bit.
I mean, you get what you pay for. Right?
Well.
And now, the final gladiator to enter the Minotaur's labyrinth. Tony! Look, he's even got the f***ing hat. That is an official sacred Tony Robbins hat that I'm pretty sure you could probably get on Etsy, but that hat is legitimate, okay? This is our last chance to sort this man out. Every other warrior who has entered the lion's den has been viciously mauled by Mislav's severe laziness. Is Tony the man for the job? We set him up in the meeting room for the last time, and now that he's seen all the coaches, we got him to guess which coach was which. Then he told me what Tony was like, and that was necessary. He had to do that. Another thing that's necessary is asking you to click on the links below to sign up to Fiverr, where you can book a session with any of those coaches or a bunch of other great services like video editing, logo design, animating a fat bunny to say I have AIDS.
I have AIDS.
Use our promo code Shanks10 to get 10% off your order, and Fiverr are giving away another special offer to anyone who sticks around to the very end of the video, so stay tuned for that.
We got the fiverr, which was the lovely lady from South Africa who
Basically gave the game away and told you,
she said like, yeah, she was like,
this is my first time. And it'd be very strange of her to say, and I'm worth $500.
yeah. Then we've got the Bulgarian man. I'm going to give him the solid 50 because he was very helpful. I don't know. At that point, I was a bit like, this ain't for me. I'll just get you know what all the therapy I need is? Get the double cheeseburger at Macca's because there's more cheese in that one. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So I was like, that's what I...
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, that's all I need. So I was like, 50. He's got him the 50. So we had the gentleman, Tony, you know, we should create Fiverr experience up until then. But then it got even better with Tony. And I've got to slap him with the 500. Although I just by process of elimination. Having said that, I really hope he's not 500 because I want to have another session. I said I'd have a follow-up. And if it's 500, I don't think I'll be able to sleep at night.
That's all right. You can get sleeping pills because fortunately you live in Australia where we have Medicare.
Right.
And so that won't be slipping into your medical bills, that excess money that you could spend your $500 on Tony because he was very expensive. Well, you know, you paid peanuts to get South African women talking about pillows.
She was great, by the way. She's probably going to see this. So, like, she was absolutely lovely.
She seemed it.
Everyone was lovely. The Bulgarian man was great as well. He had some good insights. But that guy was 500, wasn't he?
Yep.
He was 500 an hour.
Yeah, I know, Mislav, in your optimistic mind, you were sitting there hoping that I come out and say, no, the guy that has done Tony Robbins' UPW training course many, many times, he was the $5 one. Yeah, he's doing it out of the goodness of his heart, just even though he's absolutely worth $500. No.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Okay, it's cheaper than a train ticket. This guy is your train ticket to success. I can't believe it that it was Tony. Wouldn't it be amazing if
his name was Tony?
Yeah, he just takes off his latex black tie mask and underneath it he's just like, hey, call me Tony.
Yeah, I can. And then I go, I already was. Yeah. And he turns to the camera and winks.
Well, that's fine. I can just improve for the next time and come up with a more creative name. Thank you for the feedback.
Very sad about that. But having said that, he's worth it. I think,
why?
Dude, charismatic, funny, super insightful. First of all, like, he just seemed like a chill dude. He had a good demeanor about him. He was very relaxed. Like, I found myself trying to kind of make him laugh. And I was making him laugh. Like, I would like say stuff that would crack him up. And I was like, yes. But
hang on, so it was worth $500 because he was hard to make laugh and you made him laugh.
That was maybe $100 of the bucks. But the 400 was like, okay, so man, I actually wrote, okay, put it this way. I didn't plan on writing notes. I wrote like a page of notes, which is on my laptop that I left at home. Sorry.
Yep.
But these are the main insights.
Hey, this is Tony Robbins. Mislav is about to divulge my copyrighted trademark secrets, so I had to cut him off. If you'd like to know these secrets, you can always sign up to one of Tony's or Tony's seminars. But this is the gist of it.
It was just gave me a different perspective, a different lens on how to sort of honestly view my whole life. Like, I left the meeting and was walking around kind of like I felt like my life had changed. I still have it, but in typical fashion, I'm like, incredible, and it's all written here, and then just kind of being like, I need to review those notes. Ooh, half-price kebabs, and then I haven't reviewed them yet. But like, they're there on the laptop, and like, it was a really liberating feeling because it wasn't like there's something wrong with you. You have to change. It wasn't even you have to change anything. It was like you just have to.
Hey, this is Tony again. Mislav makes the exact same mistake again after being repeatedly warned not to.
And dude, to be honest, it was just nice to talk to a guy that was like, and if you're thinking about next year, you know, end of 2024, you want to make $1 million. I'm like, damn, that's cool. Someone just saying that. I've only ever heard that as a joke.
I think we're done here.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
So Fiverr did well in the end, and you know what? I think because he's such a nice guy, I'm going to scrounge together the 500, or I'll chuck it all on black and see if I can double my money.
So you do see the value in life coaches.
Yes.
It's just
Hell yeah.
only life coaches that are reserved pretty much just for Tom Cruise and Major League Baseball players.
You got it. $500 minimum, and then you're going to get your salt. Otherwise, you know, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm not bagging anyone else, but like from my anecdotal experience, he was ace, man. Really good.
So there you go. Fiverr managed to do the impossible and help the real koala man. Looks like some coaches are worth it. But as we found out, not many of them. And as promised, Fiverr's offering a special deal to all you cool koalas out there. Fiverr's offering 15% off
Top Coach Tony.
for the first session to any of our Patreon subscribers. So make sure you sign up to the Jordan Shanks Patreon for even more self-help advice, as well as the special code so you can book in your first session with Tony.